because when I restream to Kick like that, I lose ad revenue and just ad revenue, which is whatever. I don't care. So that's fine. I want to not limit ourselves to one platform. I don't ever want to be stagnant on one platform. I want to grow everywhere. As well as that. If we don't restream to Kick Chat, we will restream to YouTube because I'm starting to learn that YouTube streams, when taken down as a live and put up as a video, do very, very, very well. So we're gonna start doing that as well.
Because, you know, Pop Pop needs all the exposure he could get.
I kind of want to chat. Can I be honest? I kind of want to do like party games today. I wish I had a group of people to do party games with or indie games. Okay, I saw the funniest fucking clip. I might be able to find it on Reddit, but I might be able to find it just by searching the internet. Soda poppin' RV there yet bear clip. Right here. Bro, this shit was hilarious when I saw this. I was just scrolling Reddit when I saw this. OnlyFans 3 just dropped. That was 7 months ago. Okay.
What is that? Oh my god! Run! Get in the car! Get in the car! Run!
Bro, this
Get in.
screaming. This
Get in.
screaming from Vay is so funny.
Ooh! No! Oh my god!
Oh my god! He's got a mouthful popping around.
I'm in! I'm in! Drive! Drive! Turn the car on! First gear! Fuck!
You see how he looks around at all of the fucking Sorry, chat, replying to a DM. You notice how he looked around and like all the panels to the RV were fucking falling off? Oh, okay.
There's the typical stuff we know coming, the stuff you'd expect, like Arc 2, Subnautica 2, but
Arc
we
2.
wanted to talk about a
Arc
couple of more
2,
unique
chat.
ones.
Arc 2. Let's just talk about that fucking hot mess of garbage. I don't think it's ever going to come out. I think it
caught our
got
eye.
delayed
Some ones that
again.
are slated for 2026 and beyond that we've been looking forward to. Just when you thought there couldn't be any new twists or spins on the survival game genre, you'd be surprised with these games. We got 10, so let's get started off with number 10. Check out Outbound. This might not be for every type of player, especially a PC gamer who wants, you know, darkness and murder and brute force survival, but this game does look like it's offering something pretty unique. The concept of having a vehicle and then building your base on top of it, but then like you can easily pack it all up and drive around, that's just a cool idea. We've seen more games with survival elements centered around a vehicle, like, you know, Pacific Drive, then also that other one, I forgot what it's called, but
They've turned van life into a survival game.
you build those big sand crawler mechs, but
turned van life into a
Outbound is
survivor
more of a
game.
charming, quirkier take, and I love it being centered around kind of the van life, something that people do in real life. Not only that, though, the game just looks highly polished already and just charming. Come on, there's a dog in it, and it seems like there might be some gameplay elements around that dog. I like that. You can do this up to 4-player co-op, and the environments, the lighting, all that stuff, I'm just really digging. But the main thing, if they can nail the feeling of building a portable base around a vehicle, that could just be a really, really compelling gameplay feature. I hope they nail it, and I hope we get to see what the deal is soon. As of right now, it's slated for second quarter of 2026.
The mechanics in that one actually seem kind of cool. Could be something fun. I don't. Yeah, the dog things. I don't.
Next at number 9, we have
pet,
Black
maybe?
Frost, The Long Dark 2. This is the sequel to one of the all-time best survival games,
Yeah, I
if you
hear it.
ask us. And this sequel looks
Chat, I hear The Long Dark actually is a very, very good survival game. I personally have never played it. There's a lot of survival games that I missed out on because like I just wasn't big in the survival genre at the time. I love survival games. I think they're a lot of fun.
awesome. It might be a pretty safe bet, even if the developers are still kind of technically working on the story mode for Long Dark 1. That game was in early access, or it was like 10 years. It was crazy. Hopefully with this game, they're a little bit more concise and a little bit more shored up in terms of how they release content. Hopefully it's not bloated and like an overly long campaign mode. I will say the debut was really, really interesting. You got a cool art style, you got characters, a little bit more of an emphasis on storytelling and environmental storytelling with a lot more detailed environments and buildings. New
Is this how the first one played? Because if that's the case, dude, I might check that shit out. It actually looks kind of good.
hazards, new way to survive alone or with other players. But something interesting here is in the original game, it was all about, you know, staying warm and avoiding injury and eating and, you know, typical survival game stuff. But also here, they're bringing the will to live as an actual concept you have to worry
Really?
about. According to the developers, this new will to live system is going to add elements of psychological survival
Really?
with like
That's
resilience
cool.
and substats. As a character like that you're building, you're managing your doubts and fears and looking for comfort. That could be cool if they make it good video game mechanics, if that can be a fun thing to manage. I really hope they do it, because otherwise, just the game itself, it looks absolutely gorgeous. And if it's at least as good as the Long Dark one, that's already a win in my book. But Hinterland is still working on this one. No release date yet, but I'm excited to hear more, hopefully soon. Next at number 8, we have Light No Fire, the newest game from Hello Games, the people behind No Man's Sky. Once again, they're going for
I
something
remember this. I remember this when this got
crazy
announced.
ambitious. This
Bro,
is
I
an
wanna play this.
adventuring, building, survival, exploration game set on this sci-fi planet that, according to them, is going to be the size of like real world Earth. How they're going to pull that off, I don't know. Is it going to be streaming, procedural, generated, whatever? But the idea here is that they are
Bro,
going for something
it
that
looks
feels
good.
endless. The scale is something that I don't think we've really seen replicated before, at least with this
Chat, this game actually comes out and it's like this. This will probably take over, bro, for me. Like,
style
it
of
looks
game.
so good.
And that's scary. Can they actually live up to that? I don't know. It's incredible.
Chat, I mean, nobody thought they'd live up to No Man's Sky, and I mean, it's still winning awards to today. Like, it just won awards at the Game Awards this last Game Awards show. So, anybody that like doubts this game company, I don't know, man. I personally think they are one of the best when it comes to wait. There's a whoa. Deceased Craft just got a huge update. Version 6.0 is an open beta. We might have to check that out at some point.
Incredibly ambitious, and you know, we kind of tend to be worried about things like this, but Hello Games at least has clearly proven themselves with No Man's Sky. At this point, they've supported the game for so long and took what essentially released as like a half-baked busted thing that pissed everybody off. It was clearly unfinished, unrealized
No
potential.
Man's Sky was
They
nowhere
really
near
carried
done
it to
when
the
they released
stratosphere
it,
and made
John.
it this big
Nowhere
ass
near done.
huge
But look at it
open
now.
space exploration game where it feels like you could do anything. So if they
To be honest, like with what I'm trying to do, chat, with the channel and our brand and everything content related, we may go back and visit No Man's Sky. There may be a few games that we go back and visit that we never really got the chance to like put time into.
they could do that again with Light No Fire, I'd love to see it.
Bro,
Hopefully this time around,
No
though, they
Fire
don't
looks
just sell us
really
something
good.
that's unfinished and then finish it later on. Still
Light No
here,
Fire
like the
looks
vibe,
really,
the
really
exploration,
good.
the characters, just the very little we've seen from the reveal trailer, I'm into it. It's got a bit of a different flavor to it, and if it can be fun, I'm on board. Maybe we'll hear more soon. Maybe it'll be a while. I don't know, honestly.
It's like you load into this empty earth, right? And you have to reimagine it how you would want it, build everything back up. Like that would be super fucking cool. That would, especially if you like had a really good group of friends, or you could open a server and have it be like its own living, breathing thing. Oh man,
It could be anything. Next at number 7, we have Terminator Survivors. Honestly, there's not a lot to go on with this one. All we still really have is the flashy cinematic announcement trailer.
Terminator Survivors.
The game very much could be, and kind of looks like from this trailer, a pretty standard survival game, but the big thing is that is, of course, set in the world of Terminator, so it is a perfect setting for a tense survival game. Think about it. A world where humanity is forced to live in the shadows, hiding under the rubble, living in fear of the machines that have destroyed the world. Okay, I'll admit it's been a long time since Terminator was like the pioneer of this sci-fi concept. We've seen this in a lot of video games, but I think there's plenty of opportunity here because occasionally we get good Terminator games, and with the developer publisher here, Nacon. Nacon has done a lot of things in the past, online, offline style games. They've done a lot of European like cricket and sports style games, Greedfall 2, but then also more creative things like Hell Is Us, which came out this year that I really enjoyed, as well as RoboCop Rogue City, meaning that they can kind of understand and work well with existing IP. If this game,
I kind of feel like this is going to be like kind of a Rust, Renown type survival game.
Even if it's an okay survival game, but if it can really feel like a good Terminator game, there's a lot of potential there, at least for me personally, as a Terminator fan. As of right now, no release date, and believe it or not, the Steam page still says 2025, and at the time of recording this video, it's December of 2025, so I don't know what's going on with this one. Next at number 6, Solar Punk. This is a floating islands kind of style survival game with the twist that it's more about automation and generating power. So you can build solar panels and wind turbines and stuff and hook them up to your stuff to power them. It's really going off of the name, Solar Punk. It looks satisfying. And to be honest, exploring floating islands is never not at least visually interesting. This is another one that kind of reminds me of Outbound we talked about with number 10, where it's a little bit lighter, you know, it's a little cutesier. Yeah. It's got a good color palette, but I really like the art style here, and steering your own airships around to explore could be a really good concept. And every once in a while, I do want a game where I'm not killing stuff. If I'm exploring, I'm growing food. So if it's got like kind of a farming simulator combined with like an energy power generating simulator, it could be an addictive loop and a good concept. As of right now, we know it's slated for sometime in 2026. The developers haven't made a ton, but they did make a pretty interesting kind of puzzle game in 2021 called Hourglass. So I'm hoping they can really run with this concept. At the very least, it does have a demo available if you want to check out some of it now. Next at number 5, a game called Everwind. This definitely at first glance is like a Minecraft-like game from the art style, some of the vibes, but it's one that actually looks really interesting. Now, look, I'll admit it's another floating islands type game like the one we talked about before, but this
looks like a really, really weird Minecraft.
Still shows a lot of potential. And this isn't like the smallest project in the world. It's being published by a significant publisher. It's Bohemia Interactive, the people behind Arma. It's something definitely different for them, but there is at least some...
Wait, Bohemia's making this? And why would he say Arma? I mean, they made DayZ. They made a ton of other games other than fucking Arma. This could actually turn out to be kind of good.
Expectation of quality here. The first person perspective is cool. The building looks awesome. The weapons look cool. I kind of like the dungeon crawling aspect of it. Looking at the combat and stuff, it looks like a more badass version of original Minecraft. Like it's almost got like Skyrim style combat to it. Building the flying islands and then controlling them and bringing them around and questing, I think is a really clever and cool concept. We'll have to see how it shakes out though. No official release date or anything like that yet, but it is apparently coming soon to early access according to the developers. It definitely seems like a game that might spend quite a lot of time in early access, but if you want to get in on it and see what's up, you might be able to sooner rather than later.
Yeah, Chad, this could be
Next
something
number 4, Windrose. This kind of looks like the game that a lot of people wanted Skull and Bones to be. Remember Skull and Bones? Ubisoft's like decade long in the making pirate game that kind of just landed
Bro, Skull and Bones fucking drowned itself.
Like a big old wet fart. Well, this looks a lot more interesting. Old world pirate action with ship to ship warfare and on foot exploration and combat and stuff.
okay.
There isn't really
Wait.
a good indicator of who is making it. The developer and publisher is just billed as Windrose Crew on Steam. And the procedural open world aspects that they have listed makes us tilt our head a
Fine.
little bit, but there could be some potential here. There's some combat.
I saw when he shot that guy, it said like life steal or something. So there's some sort of like magic or
It is definitely a
something.
survival game
Passive?
because you can chop down trees and build stuff. But also, if this turns out to be like a real game, the ship stuff, the crew stuff actually looks pretty cool. As much
The ship stuff reminds me of Assassin's Creed Black Flag, which is my favorite game of all time.
as we dunked on Skull and Bones, there's still not enough pirate games out there. I'll always take another one, and I'm willing to
Oh,
give
yeah.
a shot and see
Oh,
if
yeah.
Windrose ends up being something. Look, Sea of Thieves is a very cool game, but after a while, I want to play something that doesn't have that cartoony style, and
Yep.
Windrose, if
Yep.
they nail it, could be that. Now down at number 3, here's
we
a weird
need-
one.
What we need, chat. What exactly we need from a game developer. Bandai can do this easily. Like they have the developers, everything. We need a One Piece game where it's actual story. You can go out and sail the ship, journey the Grand Line, go from island to island, training your crew. And what would be actually really cool is instead of like following the story of Luffy and the Straw Hats, you create your own pirate crew. Go out and adventure. Find your own devil fruit if you want to go that route, or become a hockey user. Like, dude, there's so much potential for a One Piece game that no one's ever touched. It would be so cool. So cool.
It's called Honeycomb: The World Beyond. It's more of a planetary exploration science
love
style
planetary
survival
exploration.
game. Like any good survival game, it looks like you're going to be grinding for resources with the flora and fauna, of course, but it comes with a whole layer of science. You're trying to figure out what is up with this faraway planet and learn how to survive in it. And it definitely looks more story driven in a lot of ways than your average survival game, but there is this whole bioengineering gimmick that looks pretty fresh. It's like you can kind of crossbreed plants and animals to make hybrids in order to survive and grow and learn more about this planet. It's kind of crazy. Like, who are you to land on a distant alien planet and then just kind of conduct experiments and invent new species? Why not? Sounds like it could be kind of fun. The developer and publisher have been behind some interesting things, including Ark and House Flipper Simulator, so definitely a good gamut of different styles of gameplay concepts. As of right now, Honeycomb: The World Beyond is slated for Q1 2026.
Nice.
Now down
Alright.
at number 2, we have Road to Vostok. We've been talking about this one for quite a while, rounding up a lot of first-person shooter top 10 videos and survival game videos in the past, and this is still in the works, and it seems like it's going to finally be coming out soon. Essentially,
Really?
this is a single-player only hardcore shooter survival game. I mean, look, it looks very, very tense. The concept is super smart.
Single
It's
player
about
Tarkov?
preparing to
Road to
enter this
Vostok?
permadeath zone of Vostok. It's this quote-unquote post-apocalyptic border zone that's situated between Finland and Russia in this world. If you die in Vostok, it's a permadeath zone, so that's it. That's the end of your run. It sounds really, really punishing, but it could also be very cool. The game is going to be like a realistic first-person shooter, like very
Okay.
slow, very tactical, but apparently there's going to be a lot to deal with. Different AI factions that are all hostile, of course, a day and night cycle, dynamic weather, and you're also going to have to worry about creating your own shelter and surviving as you journey across. Since the beginning, we've kind of thought that this felt like kind of like a single player Escape from Tarkov or something. You know, really good post-apocalyptic vibes from this one, but also just good, scary, slow, tactical gameplay. It's just you, your loot, and a cool gun in the middle of the woods. This one, like
I won't lie. The guy walking through the train station right there, I got fucking the day before vibes. I got the day before vibes. Very heavy. Please don't let this be the day before.
I said, has been in the works for quite some time, but it is slated to come to early access soon at some point. And now down at number 1, check out Railborn. Look, I'm gonna give a hot take here. Trains are kind of boring. I apologize to my grandpa who loves trains and all you train fans out there, but sometimes in video games, they're not the most thrilling thing in the world. But Railborn looks like it's really trying to change that. This is not a train simulator or anything like that. Like, this is sci-fi, badass, awesome train stuff. It's a
Wait,
post-apocalyptic
this actually
game
looks
where the
cool.
world is filled with train tracks and you get to build your own train and navigate and survive. So you're building your little train and you're going from a dinky little rail car to a massive Snowpiercer like train with farms, growing plants, hydroponic systems and stuff like that, and a lot of depth. I think honestly the train building mechanics, like the actual stacking of pieces on top of one another, just looks cool as hell. From what we've seen so far in the gameplay and the screenshots, you can make some really cool looking trains. It's apparently a really big world and you're going to be able to do this cooperatively if you want, and I love the concept and it just looks perfectly realized here. The developers previously have only worked on one game that we could see called Parkasaurus in 2020, kind of like a dinosaur park builder, and that was received pretty well. But Railborn, if done right, could be a really, really compelling and unique survival game. So we're just gonna have to wait and see how it shakes out. No release date yet, but we're hoping to hear more about this one soon. So folks, those are 10 upcoming survival games that definitely have us excited. Some that